Jung, the shooting happened at this far side of the parking lot where police tape is now securing the scene. As you can see, there are multiple evidence markers on the ground along with some clothing. We've been seeing officers out with flashlights combing through the scene and trying to look for evidence because they're running out of daylight. The fire crews are still on the ladders fighting this blaze from above, and I just got off the phone with the Deputy Assistant Fire Chief just a minute ago, and he gave me an update. Chanel, it's believed that the man who rented the U-Haul lives in this apartment behind me, and police have been here all day. And as I was coming here to do this live hit, I was told by an EPS detective that the tactical unit is inside the apartment, and about 10 minutes ago there were more detectives coming on scene. It is quite windy out here, and it's been like this all afternoon. Police say this wind is hurting their investigation because it's making it very difficult for them to secure the scene and collect evidence. Jung, I just spoke with a witness moments ago, and he tells me first he heard a bang, and when he looked up, he saw the vehicle was airborne, doing at least 4 flips before landing here. Let me step out of the way. The rally just started about 10 minutes ago, and as you can hear from the cheers from this crowd, they're very passionate. We're hearing that people have come all the way from Squamish, Whistler, and even Vancouver Island. Michelle, now we're on Thurlow and Davie. We're getting closer to the end here, which is Sunset Beach. Take a look at all this.
This is CTV News with Angela Jung.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We begin with breaking news. Another unknown flying object was spotted, this time in Canada. It prompted a swift and strong response from the federal government. There are more worrying trends across the country tonight. Admissions to ICUs are rising, with the average age of patients falling, and cases are climbing in places where they didn't before. CTV's Heather Butts has the latest on Canada's COVID-19 fight. Several family members were inside, and firefighters confirm not everyone was able to get out alive. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. 3 generations of the family were in the home, and it's not clear whether everyone knew the house was on fire. We do know 3 people are dead, including a child. Demonstrations across France over a controversial pension reform bill have sparked violent clashes between protesters and police. As CTV's Vanessa Lee reports, the confrontations are deterring tourists from visiting the city that used to be called the capital of the world. Increased the population by over 50%. Wow, those are cute. Finally tonight, long-distance relationships can be rough, especially when the romance is between 2 dogs. But thanks to their owners, it's a relationship that will last. CTV's Amanda Anderson has our last word. Mayor Doug McCallum hasn't spoken out since his charge, so we went to him.
Hi, Mayor. We're with CTV. We're hoping to chat with you about your public mischief charge.
No, unfortunately, I can't make any comments today.
The charge stems from an incident in September when members of the Surrey Police Vote campaign were outside the supermarket, getting signatures to stop the transition to a municipal police force. McCallum claims one of them injured him with her car.
At the same time as she floored it, she turned right, and she hit my hip and my knee as she was turning right, because I hadn't moved, I just was standing there, and ran over my foot.
He launched a police complaint, and now a special Crown prosecutor has charged him with public mischief.
Doesn't really bode too well. It seems like he might have a bit of a problem with the truth.
His tactics, the way he does stuff, he may have had a good idea to do things, but the way he's going about it, it ticks off a lot of people.
Is there anything you would like to say to your voters?
I've already made a comment, and I'm going to stay with my comment.
His statement says, "We are in the middle of changing from RCMP to the Surrey Police Service, and as this matters before the courts, I will not be making any comments."
As part of his gaslighting attempts over the years, where he brings issues or topics into something which really has no relevancy.
He says McCallum should step down as mayor and chair of the police board, a sentiment echoed by this councillor, who calls this latest saga an embarrassment.
It's hugely distracting. Right now, we're trying to get our 2022 financial budget put forward for public engagement. We're far, far behind.
But the mayor says he won't be resigning and plans to seek re-election next fall.
I've had tremendous support from the majority of my councillors in Surrey.
Nobody likes this kind of thing attached to their party or to their team.
There are no bylaws forcing any elected official to resign when they are charged, but it could lose them political points.
It could be a devastating political consequence. You know, people might find this beyond the pale. It's really hard to tell.
I won't be making any more comments on it.
McCallum will have his first court appearance on January 25th. Angela Jung, CTV News, Surrey. An incident at a Kelowna track meet has now gone viral. Heidi Starr says her 9-year-old daughter and another girl were accused of being boys. Both have short hair.
I stepped forward and I said, "Sir, are you talking about my child? Because she's a girl." He says, if they're not real girls. If they're not boys, they're trans.
She says the man and his wife continued to berate them.
We're genital mutilators and groomers. And then the man himself started demanding to see a certificate proving that my daughter was born a girl.
In my mind and my gut feeling, I just thought it's a boy.
Joseph Tassar denies the allegations, but admits he questioned whether the event was co-ed.
I asked in private, not the kid. I didn't talk towards the kid. I didn't put any hate against the kid. I didn't tell the kid he's a trans.
Starr says she isn't surprised he's denying these allegations, but there are dozens of witnesses who will verify her story.
And the fact that all those children at that event had to witness that is gutting.
Premier David Eby tweeting out, "Hate hurts everyone, and let's stand with this girl and everyone who is targeted just for being themselves." A statement from the school district says it's taking steps to formally ban the persons involved from any district property and events. Mounties are also investigating. On Thursday, Starr's daughter turns 10. She hopes the ugly incident sparks conversation and change. Angela Jung, CTV News, Vancouver.